Right, well, this is day 2 of the Eurogamer Expo for us, the BitSocket boys.
That's right, we're hungover, we're very tired, and we're very low on sugar, so we're going to go in here and see if we can play some games without throwing up all over a Wii U controller.
Okay, well, one of the biggest things at the Expo today is, of course, a brand new console. Nintendo's Wii U. We're going to go and get our grubby mitts all over that lovely gamepad, aren't we?
Well, that's if we join this 15-hour queue.
When I got into the Nintendo Wii U stand, the game that I raced for was Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land's a bit like Wii Sports was for the Wii. Basically, it teaches you how to play the Wii U and what it does. And the mini-game out of that collection that I got to play was Luigi's Ghost Mansion. Now, this game is great fun. And when you think about it, Nintendo are the best at that. They're the best at making games that are just great fun for everybody. Nintendo Land isn't quite as easy to pick up and play as Wii Sports was, but it still does a good job of explaining what the Wii U does.
Right, you can keep your Nintendo Land because when I was playing the Wii U, I was playing with Platinum. Platinum games, they wouldn't know how to make a bad game. You could teach them how to make a bad game and they'd still make a blinder. And the Wonderful 101 is just fantastic. Just a great way to introduce a new gamepad by just giving you a game that's just barmy.
Fists will erupt with volcanic fury.
The little touchscreen in the middle, you use that when you go inside of buildings, so it's a nice wee touch, nothing too unique there. But it's how you organise your group of superheroes into special weapons like the big gun and the sword. That is, for me, what made this game feel so fresh.
One of the big games there was New Super Mario Brothers. Alright, okay, I know it's just another Mario Brothers game, and it seems like there's more of those than there are FIFA nowadays, but don't let that put you off, because there are two important things to note here. One, it's absolutely gorgeous. This really shows off the beauty of Nintendo's first high-definition machine. And two, playing with a bunch of other folk is great fun.
So there we are, Joe, we've just played 3 of the biggest games we can play in the Wii U. What did you think?
Well, I think I loved it. I thought it was great fun. I played Mario Brothers, and a lot of folk are kind of sceptical at Mario Brothers. They're like, oh, another Mario game. But it was just brilliant. They can't argue with a good Mario game.
Well, I got to play the Wonderful 101, the aptly named Wonderful 101, which is actually, it's one of those games that you play it and you think, this is why I need this console. I came into this thinking, the Wii U, it's alright, looks fun. Coming out of this thinking that I'm going to have to actually annoy my girlfriend and buy one in November.
Right, welcome to Story Time with Scott and Joe. We're going to have a wee shot at the new Wonderbook and see if it's all it's cracked up to be. Are you sure you know what you're doing, man? It's like...
yes, well,
I'm just fascinated by the one.
Actually, I just realised that looks different on the screen than it does in your hand. That's...
Yeah.
Stay focused and you'll do.
That's quite cool. There we go.
Stitch that.
Stitch that, indeed. You taught them, Scott. Well done.
Who needs Gears of War? Seriously.
Can you see us getting all cosy doing this?
All cosy.
Round the fireplace later on in the year when it comes out.
Girlfriend's going in a bad mood, so we're not talking. I think, right, in all seriousness, I think this would be great for children.
Yeah, that would be. Right, well, that's us had a wee shot of the Wonderbook there. What do you think of it, Scott?
Actually, I really enjoyed it, and I think I've just lost what little cred I had.
Oh.
But it's for children,
I know,
and I think if someone had given that to me when I was 8 years old, my mind would have been boggled. It looks fantastic.
One of the first games that I got from our PS2 back in the day was Zone of the Enders, and to this day it's remained one of my favourites, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like in high definition and see if it's as good as the beautiful Metal Gear Solid HD collection was earlier this year. Let's have a shot. One fact that will remain forever true is that fighting robots are cool. When Zone of the Enders first came out back in the day, it was like being in a Japanese anime or something. The fights were balletic, beautiful things, and flying around the futuristic cityscapes and alien worlds was a graceful delight. Add in a mental space opera plot from the mind of Metal Gear Solid's Hideo Kojima, and you got the recipe for a cult classic.
What are you doing on this ship anyway?
If anything happens to my pals on Callisto, you'll pay.
I didn't kill them.
This HD collection takes both Zone of the Enders games and blows them up to gorgeous widescreen high definition, and it really is something to behold. The games look great the first time round, but now they're just that much smoother. Moments that would have stuttered to a halt on the PS2 now run perfectly, and that's exactly the kind of thing that fans like me are after.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Along with Metal Gear Rising, this is one of the other games that I was really excited to come and play. This is Ni No Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, a brand new RPG that's part made by Studio Ghibli. It looks fantastic. Now let's find out if it plays well too.
Welcome to my world, Holly boy.
Another world.
Playing a game like Ni No Kuni in an environment like the Eurogamer Expo isn't quite ideal. When you're playing an RPG, and these are games that take time to get to know the ins and outs of the combat system, especially a combat system like Ni No Kuni's. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt after a wee while I kind of got to know my way around it, and my wee guy, my wee Vegemite, was fantastic. And learning all of our spells as well was great. In the wee section I got to play here, I got up to a boss battle and then kind of died quite quickly after that, but definitely can't wait to get wild into it when I know what I'm doing. So there you have it. Not only does Ni No Kuni look amazing, it also plays a great game as well. The combat system's very intuitive. Even after playing it for a couple of minutes, I began to kind of understand how it worked, and all the enemy characters look fantastic as well. It's a game just bursting with character. It's a game that I cannot wait to review come January. Here at the replay event of the Eurogamer Expo, you can play your Dreamcast, your original Xbox, PlayStations, Mega Drives. See if there's a console that was made in the last 300 years. It's probably here, and it's probably got Bomberman on
Come
it.
with us while we walk you through and show you some of our favourite games of the show. There's an arcade cabinet down there, right, that's got Sonic the Hedgehog on it, which I've never seen before, and that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
There's even a wee dedicated Metal Gear Solid section where you can play Metal Gear
Just over this
Solid
way.
through the ages.
Just over here there's a massive crowd playing the multiplayer classic Bomberman. It
Look
really
at
is
that.
one of my favourites from back in the day.
Over here we've got some classical football games.
This
We've
is
got
this
is that
is-
Mashed?
That's Mashed.
Mashed, which is a BitSocket favourite.
The thing that I love about these retro events is it makes like old games that everybody thinks, oh, they're old, they're hacky, they're done. It makes them just as important as the new games, and I've always felt that the retro games should be just as important, as new
There
games
should
are.
always be a place for these, because this is where guys like us, all the guys that you watch videos online, listen to podcasts, this is where we all started. We all started playing games like Mashed, games that nobody talks about anymore, but games that mean a lot to guys like us. And it's great to come here and see tons of folk queuing up, excited to play GoldenEye, excited to play Bomberman, and that's a great thing.
Well, it's not all about the big games here at the Eurogamer Expo.
That's right, we're here at the Rezzed section, which shows some of the best independent titles coming up. For a lot of people, Hotline Miami is probably the game of the Eurogamer Expo. Certainly our friends at Split Screen couldn't stop talking about it. For me, I can understand its addictive quality, but it's one of those games like Super Meat Boy where if you manage to last about 30 seconds or so, you feel like Jesus Christ himself.
So Scotch just had a wee shot of Hotline Miami.
It was fantastic, but I was awful at it.
Up this way we've got Air Buccaneers, Serious Sam 3. Serious Sam 3, we looked at the trailer for that a wee while ago.
Did actually, that was the trailer where it looked like everything dies. There's Halo 4, that's in the red.
That's the biggest indie game at the show, Halo 4. Right, now this one here.
Prison Architect, which looks fantastic.
This is made by the guys, the Introversion software. They're the guys that made Defcon and Uplink.
Uplink, which is fantastic as well. So, that's us played some of the cracking titles here at the Rezzed section of the Eurogamer Expo.
Which one your favourite?
For me, well, I thought Hotline Miami was fantastic. Although I was awful at
It
it.
looked like you survived for like 2 seconds in that time in that.
But it made you feel like when you survived for 10 seconds, you'd actually achieved something pretty special. So, how about yourself?
I had a shot at this game called Strike Suit Zero, which is a game where you play as a plane that transforms into a robot. I mean, you think about that, that's the coolest thing ever.
That's pretty much up there with, you know, being Bill Gates and all that.
But I know, this wee bit of the show has been cracking.
So there you go. It's been 2 very long, very emotional, very arousing days for the Bit Soccer boys.
I can't believe it's over.
And there you go. It's been fantastic. It's been great seeing all the people here. It's been a great community spirit.
It's been great. It has been great.
It has been. Let out, big guy. Let out. So remember to have a look out for our videos. There's going to be plenty going up on YouTube. And remember, as always, keep Bit Socking.
Keep it socking.
It's alright. It's alright.
Check out the rest of our Eurogamer videos on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more video game reviews and news.